All right, welcome in, guys. Remember my "Don't Fight It, Feel It" era, and it's also there's a method to my madness. It's just calculated in a way. Of course, you can't like control when you cry, but I want to portray a positive masculinity in a way. Like I feel like dudes should express their emotions more. You feel better. That's most important, and it shows you can be vulnerable. And anyways, this is like the second fucking time I've cried today. My dog is in the background sneezing because he wants attention. I don't know how he picked up that habit, but how a dog can be that self-aware and aware of what I'm doing to know how to like sneeze when he wants attention from me when I'm making one of these videos. Holding him now, but these dogs are smart, getting smarter. Anyways, the I've been crying because I looked up Braves fans who this is the second part by the way of my series MLB players who fulfilled the dream of playing for their childhood team. And to me, that's one of the most beautiful things in sports, not just baseball. Like, how do you think that feels? You get to wake up every day. Like, I've been a Nashvilleian my entire life. If we had a baseball team and I was good enough to play professional baseball for it and I got drafted by it, it wouldn't even matter what round. If I had to play for them every year, waking up in my own city, sleeping in my own bed, like families here and all that, that's legit. Nothing could be better. And I'm sure a lot of these guys, like Dansby Swanson, probably love that. And I didn't know Matt Olson grew up a Braves fan, but it makes sense since he's from Georgia. I just never looked into his past very much. I have a very mixed like relationship with Matt Olson. I am a Braves fan. For those who don't know, you couldn't know that by now. It's a part of my DNA. My initials are literally GAB. Go Atlanta Braves. They won the World Series on my birthday. They're interwoven into my DNA. There's no me without the Atlanta Braves. But yeah, Matt Olson, I have the mixed feelings because I miss Freddie Freeman, who did not grow up a Braves fan. But my favorite first baseman that I got to actually watch with my own eyes, probably. He's an all around great guy, amazing family, and I miss him all the time. But it's a business, and turn my mic up. My mic was really low. Oh, I'm gonna have to go to the editor, normalize the audio, but we're not doing this over again because I can't. The emotions, the raw emotions, I can't, inauthentically recreate that. Anyways, guys, let's finally get into this. I'm just feeling a lot right now. It's my favorite thing, baseball, and as the saying goes from the Moneyball movie, how could you not be romantic about baseball? And this is like players that are currently playing, but there you may notice there's two that are missing. We're gonna get to them. Several current and former Braves players grew up as fans, including Dansby Swanson, who I miss every fucking day. Him and his beautiful wife Mallory. I think they have a kid now. So happy for them. I wish they were here. Well, I don't live in Atlanta, but here is Atlanta. The Braves own the South. Who's a from the Atlanta area, and Matt Olson, who grew up a Braves fan in Georgia. Other players who have expressed being Braves fans as kids include Chris Sale, who grew up in Florida. I believe same city as Chipper DeLand. Nathaniel Lowe, a fan of Chipper Jones. Okay. And Jurickson Profar, who I have no hard feelings for. I went off on him last year when he got popped for steroids. I wasn't mad he did the drugs. I was mad he got caught. I'm honest about that. Do what you got to do. But he's a good guy. He didn't want to get caught, but he was stupid. But you do what you got to do to make that money at that high of a level. I don't really care about players doing drugs. Or anybody for that matter. Like you could be like an Amazon. Don't do it on the job. I don't care about like anybody doing drugs. But I've never been one to judge for stuff like that, like drugs, sex, stuff like that, as long as it's legal. But yeah, guys. You may notice there's two missing here. Let's look at Jeffrey first, Mister Jeffrey. I'm really gonna call him Jeffrey Francoeur. Jeffrey Francoeur. His name really is Jeffrey Braden Francoeur. He's so French. Frenchy. His family is full of Red Sox fans. I know that because back in like the late 2000s, we took a trip up to Boston. We being the Braves, we shipped up to Boston, and his whole family was there. And they mentioned how his family, a ton of them from the Massachusetts area. That was really cool to know. But here's Frenchie. You know what Frenchie was. He was like a Rookie of the Year finalist. And was he got that the cover was called The Natural. What was the cover? Baseball America or something. He was called The Natural, anyways. And we thought he was gonna be a Hall of Famer. He was amazing in his first full year in '07. Well, I shouldn't say first full year. First like year where he's like actually, I don't know what I'm just stupid. I'm just wrong. It's just his second full year, but he was amazing. And this guy did not miss games. Very versatile, but Frenchie's problem is he likes to swing at everything, and you can't be successful doing that. But anyways, the other player that was missing from that list, his teammate, his roommate, his best friend growing up, B-Mac, Brian McCann, who was incredible. Who I feel like without injuries, B-Mac liked to play every day. And did I not just click Brian McCann? But B-Mac liked to play every day. My computer's chugging. I got a ton of shit open. I got editors open. The PS5 remote play, this. It's a whole thing. Anyways, Jesus, bro. Like, it's really chugging. My computer's, like, so loud. But Brian McCann, B-Mac. He has, like, interesting nicknames. The Fun Police, Heap, and Uno Says. But, B-Mac is fucking amazing. I feel like he should have been a Hall of Famer. In another life, he would have been. But he just flamed out at the end of his career. He wasn't that old, but when you're a catcher playing this many games, I don't know what he was thinking, dude. Like, when you're a catcher playing that many games every year, you're not going to last long. It's a miracle he played to 35. And I'm thankful he got to play his last season with us. And he was, the thing about people forget about this. He was amazing the first half of that season in 19. But he was just old. And his knees were gone. And he just didn't do shit in the second half. But we made the playoffs. But, it is what it is. Brian couldn't play. I think he was hurt. And he didn't get to come back. But, thank you, B-Mac. Thank you, Frenchie. I miss you guys. Because how could I not? Mad's part of my childhood. And I was devastated when Brian left for New York. And seeing Frenchie on the Mets killed a little part of my soul, too. But Brian McCann, man, another life where he didn't play as much, didn't play so fucking much. Man, I thought he could have been a Hall of Famer. This guy had the sweet swing, baby. And so did Frenchie. Frenchie's swing was beautiful, too. And I'm just never. It's hard to stop talking about. Jeffrey Court, no matter how things were going at the plate, he was always up there smiling. And Brian McCann, not so much. He's known as Fun Police for a reason. But I miss them both every fucking day. And being a baseball fan in the 2000s and early 2010s was truly a gift.